Okay, so if you're managing a business or any kind of public facility, you've probably noticed your energy bill is getting, well, a lot more complicated. It's not just about how much power you use anymore. Now it's all about when you use it. And as we're electrifying pretty much everything, those peak moments of demand are becoming seriously, cripplingly expensive. So let's dive into why this is happening and, more importantly, how a new, smarter approach is actually solving the problem.
So let me just ask you this straight up. Do you have any idea what those moments of super high energy demand are actually costing your business? You know, that moment when the ventilation kicks in, all the machinery starts up, and everyone plugs in their car to charge at the same time? That creates a power peak. And those peaks, well, they're becoming a huge line item on your bill.
Just look at this number, 11,500 Swedish kroner. If you're with a major grid owner like E.ON, that's what you could be paying for a single, totally unnecessary 100 kilowatt power peak in 1 month for just one spike. This isn't some minor charge. It's a massive recurring drain on your budget.
So why is this happening? Let's break down the real problem behind these skyrocketing charges, because it really all comes down to the limits of the infrastructure we all share.
The best way to think about the electricity grid is like a water pipe. It's only so wide, so if everybody in the neighborhood turns on their tap at the exact same moment, the pressure drops and it just doesn't work. To stop that from happening with electricity, grid companies use really aggressive pricing to discourage everyone from using a ton of power all at once. So you're not just paying for energy anymore, you're paying for capacity.
And believe me, this isn't just a hypothetical problem. Take a look at these projected costs for 2026. The big grid owners are building these penalties right into their prices. The numbers are a little different for each one, but the trend is crystal clear. Peak demand is going to get punished financially. This creates a huge risk for any business that isn't actively managing its energy patterns.
For years, the only way to try and solve this was what you could call the engineering trap. Yeah, it was a solution, but honestly, it was one that created a whole new world of problems. And here's the huge difference. The old way meant calling in engineers for a completely custom-coded project for every single building. It was insanely expensive, it was slow, and it was impossible to scale across a whole portfolio of properties. You were literally reinventing the wheel every single time. The market was screaming for a standardized, product-based solution.
And that brings us to the new solution, a total shift away from those one-off projects to a modern, scalable product. And it's called Watch It. This quote right here just nails it. Instead of a complicated, messy engineering project, think of it like a software subscription. You know, just like you use Office 365 or Spotify across all your devices, Watch It applies the same powerful, smart logic to every single building in your portfolio. It makes power optimization simple and scalable. This here gives you a great overview of how it all fits together. Watch It basically creates this vendor-independent ecosystem. It's like the central brain. And what's great is it doesn't care who made your ventilation system or your EV chargers or your solar panels. There's a little on-site device called the Watch It Hub that connects to everything, and then the cloud platform provides all the smarts and the user interface. Okay, so that's the big picture. But how does this coordination actually work to save you money? Well, it's all about smart, autonomous control.
The process is actually brilliantly simple, and it breaks down into 3 easy steps. First up, insight. You get a real-time, crystal-clear picture of your power usage, so you can finally see what's actually causing those expensive peaks. Second, automation. This is the magic. An AI takes over and autonomously controls your systems, shifting things around to prevent peaks before they even happen. And the result? Step 3, savings. The system is just there in the background, actively cutting your costs without you having to lift a finger. And this visual just says it all. On the left, you've got the typical energy demand of a building. It's chaotic, spiky, and really expensive. In the middle, you see the Watch It system analyzing and controlling that flow. And on the right, you get the result. A smooth, optimized, and way cheaper energy profile, all without messing with any of your critical operations.
So what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's check out the results. Because this isn't just theory. We've got the data to prove that it works. So here's a case study from a commercial building. Before Watch It, you can see their peak power demand was spiking all the way up to 800 kilowatts. After they implemented the system, that peak was slashed down to just 560 kilowatts. I mean, that is a drastic reduction in the strain they're putting on the grid, and that translates directly into saving money. And here's what that reduction means in cold, hard cash. That's a net saving of 28,000 Swedish kroner. Every single month. The return on investment here isn't just good, it's immediate and it's substantial.
And here's the really crucial point. This creates a true win-win situation. The end customers, the people using the energy, save a ton of money. But at the same time, the grid companies get a huge benefit too. They get a more stable, more efficient network because their customers have become flexible partners, helping to balance the grid.
But, this technology isn't just about saving money today. It's really about building a fundamentally smarter and more resilient energy system for all of us tomorrow.
When we adopt systems like this, we're fundamentally changing what a building is and our energy grid. We're moving from being these passive consumers to being active participants in balancing supply and demand. So this isn't just about saving money. It's a strategic investment in a more efficient, sustainable, and intelligent energy future for everyone. So I'll just end with this question. With a solution that gives you clear insight, powerful automation, and proven savings, are you ready to finally stop paying for unnecessary power peaks and become part of a smarter energy future?